The birds, the beasts, and the sneaky bat.
Once upon a time, the birds and the beasts were in the biggest, wildest, most flapping and roaring battle you could imagine. Why? Well, the beasts were mad because eagles kept snatching hares, and owls treated mice like pizza rolls. Meanwhile, the birds were furious because the fox family kept turning geese into gourmet dinners. It was chaos. Wings flapping, claws scratching, feathers flying everywhere. But who was just chilling on the sidelines? The bats? The bat family didn't want to choose sides. Instead, they tried to play it smart. When the birds seemed to be winning, the bats flapped over and chirped. Tweet, tweet! We're birds too! Look at our wings! But when the beasts got the upper paw, the bats scurried over and squeaked. Rawr, rawr! We're totally beasts! Look at our fur and teeth! The bats were having the best of both worlds, until the war finally ended. During the peace meeting, the birds and beasts discovered the bats' sneaky game. They were furious. Bats can't be trusted, cried the eagle. They're not welcome with us, squawked the parrot. Or us, growled the wolf. And so, from that day on, the bats hid in dark caves and abandoned towers, only daring to come out at night. Moral of the story: if you try to play both sides, you'll end up with no friends at all.
The sneaky fox, the silly ass, and the clever lion.
Once upon a time, a fox and an ass became the best of buddies. They hung out together every day, like peanut butter and jelly, except, furrier. While the ass munched happily on green grass, munch, 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 the fox was always up to something sneaky. He'd sneak into the farmyard for chicken snacks or steal a bit of cheese from the dairy, sneak, sneak, snatch. One day, they stumbled right into the path of a lion. The ass's knees wobbled like jelly, his ears flopping in pure terror. Oh no! We're doomed, he cried. Relax, whispered the fox, giving a sly wink. I'll handle this. The fox trotted up to the lion and whispered, Your Highness, I have a clever plan. If you promise not to hurt me, I'll lead that silly old ass into a pit where he can't get out. Then you can have a feast without any trouble. The lion nodded, agreeing to the plan. The fox hurried back to the ass, grinning. Good news! The lion promised not to hurt us, but we need to hide in a safe spot until he leaves. Follow me! The ass, trusting his dear friend, followed the fox all the way to a deep, dark pit. And, whoops, he tumbled right in. But before the fox could pat himself on the back, the lion pounced. So you thought you could trick me, huh? Traitors never end well. With one swift strike, the lion took care of the traitorous fox. Moral: if you play dirty tricks, expect dirty tricks in return.
The monkeys dance off disaster.
Once upon a time, King Lion threw a huge jungle party with all the animals dancing, singing, and feasting. The star of the show? The monkey. He danced like a pro, twirling, flipping, and grooving with such style that everyone cheered and clapped. But nearby, a big, grumpy camel watched with jealous eyes. I can dance just as well as that monkey, if not better. So, the camel stomped into the dance floor, rose up on his wobbly hind legs, and started to dance. Or tried to. He kicked his knobby legs out all crazy, twisted his long, bendy neck like spaghetti, and nearly squashed everyone's toes with his giant feet. The animals groaned and dodged, but when the camel's huge foot almost smacked King Lion on the nose, everyone freaked out. Enough! They all roared. Out you go! And they chased the clumsy camel out of the party and back into the desert. Moral of the story: be yourself. Copying others can make you look silly, and might even get you kicked out of a party.
The roaring lion and the buzzing bully.
Once upon a time, a big, grumpy lion was lounging in the jungle, feeling very important. Suddenly, a teeny tiny gnat started buzzing around his head like an annoying little alarm clock. "Shoo, you puny pest!" roared the lion, swatting at the air. But the gnat just giggled. "Oh, you think I'm scared of you just because everyone calls you king? Think again, Fluffy!" Before the lion could answer, the gnat zoomed right in and stung him on the nose. The lion went wild, slashing and thrashing at the air like he was in a crazy dance competition. But every time he tried to swat the gnat, he just scratched himself instead. "Ow! Stop moving so fast, you annoying speck!" the lion howled. But the gnat was having the time of his life. He stung and dodged until the lion was so tired and scratched up, he just flopped over in defeat. Feeling super proud of himself, the gnat flew off, singing, "I beat the king of the jungle! I'm unstoppable!" But as he zoomed along, he flew straight into a spider's web. And before he could even shout, "Oh!" a little spider came along and gobbled him up. Moral of the story: even the tiniest bully can cause big trouble, but bragging about it can lead you straight into a sticky situation.
The busy boar and the nosy fox.
Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, Mr. Boar was busily sharpening his tusks against a big, sturdy tree stump. Scrape, scrape, scrape. He worked so hard, he looked like he was trying to carve his own statue. Along came Mr. Fox, the forest's biggest prankster, with his nose twitching and his tail swishing like a feather duster. "Hey there, Mr. Boar," called the fox with a mischievous grin. "What's with all the fuss? You sharpening those tusks for a tree-chopping contest?" Mr. Boar didn't even glance at the fox. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Mr. Fox rolled his eyes and put on his best "I'm so worried" face. "Oh no! Are there monsters hiding around here? Is there a lion in the bushes? Should I panic now or later?" he giggled. Mr. Boar paused for a moment, looked calmly at Mr. Fox, and said, "Nope, no monsters around. But if danger does show up, I won't have time to sharpen these tusks. Better to be ready now than sorry later, right?" The fox blinked, his grin fading a little. "Huh? That actually makes sense," he admitted. And for once, he didn't have anything clever to say. Moral: always be prepared, because you never know when adventure or trouble will pop up.
Please like, share and subscribe.